Hi, this is Samina Sheikh here on Zoom channel, and with me today I have the cast of. I should not be saying it. I want the team to tell about it.
Hmm.
Please go ahead.
Friday night plan.
Friday night plan.
The cast, the team of Friday Night Plan, welcoming all of them on Zoom channel.
Hi, thank you. Thank
So,
you.
welcoming the other two prominent people who are a part of this, the producers of the movie. So, please tell me about the Friday Night Plan and why such a name called the Friday Night Plan.
The name in the world of the film that the characters give to this essentially party that they attend through the course of the events of the film. And the party is called Friday Night Plan, and the film happens on a Friday night. And the whole journey of the film is based on the events that happen through the night. So it felt like a very fitting title to the film, which becomes a kind of ethos for the themes of the film. So I think that's where that came from for me. I don't know. Kassim was the first person who I shared the idea and the title. So I don't know if we had a thought on it.
Yeah, so it's a party that everybody in school looks up to, but not everybody gets invited to, right? So it's the most popular who's who of the school sort of wants to be at this party, and that's what it is. It's one sort of a night. It's a story of one night, and it is the Friday night where this party is going to is held, and how these two brothers come of age over one night, and how it's filled with fun, laughter, lots of great moments, nostalgia. Everybody is going to kind of relate to and go back to their own school lives. And I'm sure, while we were putting it together, we constantly kept discussing of how we can relate to it, and I'm sure everybody who watches it relates to it. Over to you, Babil.
I didn't name the film.
He did
Not in my
everything.
hand. But ma'am, just you said Vatsal and Kasim were a part of Friday Night Plan. No, they were
They
the
are not
reason.
part
They
in the
were
sense.
the when I picture it.
Kasim, you have a lot of actors in the movie, but you're playing one of the prominent characters for sure. So tell me something about it, like, working on this one. And again, you're working with Juhi Chawla, that's very, I'm sure it's special. So I want to know about both the things, working on the Friday Night Plan and working with Juhi Chawla.
I'll tell you about Juhi ma'am first. Um, so I said because I said this so many times before, but like one thing you always have an exploration as an actor that you're making, but it's only when you see a true star that you see how they carry themselves. When Juhi ma'am doesn't float. Juhi ma'am doesn't walk. Juhi ma'am floats. Like she will just float onto set, and a chaotic set of 90 people will just hush. There'll just be silence when she walks in, and she will crack a joke and make everybody laugh. So that energy and that you just get awestruck by her, and it was absolutely exhilarating experience to work with her. And I think this film to work on this film, as we said, like it was a party in itself, and my bond with Vatsal was just it happened so quickly and it became so deep that the character Sid and Vatsal's personal story about Sid and his where Sid came from, that became very important for me to express because of my bond with Vatsal. And I think when a film becomes more about just the film and it becomes about relationships and the bonding of people and the evolution of people, then you have, you're experiencing something that is so magical because you're creating something with people and you're forming new connections. And I think that's beautiful.
Babil, even your father has worked with Juhi Chawla for that matter.
Mm.
And have you interacted with her while she was shooting with him, previously, in the initial stages?
अच्छा आपको कौन सी फिल्म में काम किया था आपको याद है
I'm saying that I may not know, Babil, that whether you were born or no when he was working for Sari Fere, but I wanted to ask you in your initial days, maybe when your father was working with Juhi Chawla, when he's worked in the past, or maybe, he may be having some gatherings with her in the past. Have you ever
No.
met her before?
And if
Never.
I have, I don't remember.
Okay.
I
So
must.
this was your first interaction with her while working on this film.
Yeah,
Say,
yeah.
let's count that. Let's count on that. And if I count on that, how she's as an individual, apart from the actress, you have known her for years, the kind of work she's done, the kind of films she's been a part of.
I don't know her as a person, in the sense that I don't, I've never interacted with her on a personal level outside the set or anything like that. So I cannot tell you about her as a person because I don't know her as a person. But जितना देखा मैम, वो आप मैं ऑस्ट्रक ही था, मैं इतना कुछ गौर नहीं कर पाया। वो ऐसे फ्लोट, ऐसे लगता था बादल पे आई है सेट पे, और वो मुस्कुराती थी और कैमरा खुद ही रोल होने लगता था। सच बता रहा हूँ मैम, ऐसा था एक्सपीरियंस।
Okay, and I saw the trailer, and it's an equation between two brothers. One gets into trouble, the other one is trying to save him out, or something or the other. They keep on planning. You also have a brother, Babil. Has your equation somewhere on the similar lines as what you have done in the film?
The bond is, of course, the sibling bond is always similar, but my relationship with my brother is very different from Adi and Sid's relationship in the film, right? Adi and Sid must have had a different relationship
Yes.
before the timeline of this film, but in the film, the journey that they go through, Ayan and I have already reached the end of that journey. So it's very different, but at the same time, it's it's different, but it's the same because it's sibling bond, but at a different time.
Do you all have had any as such Friday night plan which has turned out to be like completely adventurous? Like, some of the nights I remember where, it's been very bizarre, it's been like, doing some very funky things and all. So in case if you all remember any of your Friday nights.
I think we'll save it up for the sequel.
Alright.
But I would
आंसर नहीं दिया पूरी दिन से लगा
वो टाइप का आंसर जो प्रोड्यूसर
and Babil is happy that of course a sequel is going to be made on Friday Night Plan Part 2.
नहीं, काम के लिए नहीं, मैं आंसर की इज्जत कर रहा था मैं।
But no, like none of you would like to share on that by any chance?
No, I can take this. Yeah, there's the answer is yes, because of course I've written the film based on experiences that I've had with my friends growing up, with my brother growing up. Of course, nothing as extreme as happens in the film. I promise you, we don't get into the kind of masti that our characters do. But yeah, there's many. And these are things I think these are the moments you cherish about growing up. About these. They feel like yeah, kuch, what an unproductive day, or what a दोस्तों के साथ मस्ती कर रहा है, कुछ करने रहा है, पर वो मस्ती में ही प्रोडक्टिविटी है। उसी मस्ती से आप ग्रो करते हो, उसी मस्ती से अगर आप अपने वैल्यूज सही रखो तो ये एक्सपीरियंसेस आपको बनाती है। सो आई फील कि because I miss them, now looking back in at those days, we try to make a film that kind of captures those feelings that we had growing up. And I think on a certain level, everyone related to it. I think even Kassim as a producer was the very first person who heard this idea and backed it, and supported it with everything from day one. So I think, and Babil was the first person to be cast, and he's been a rock since then. So I think it's something that we've all related to, and we've all wanted to show the audience or bring to the audience with a lot of love. So hopefully that's also how the audience receives it.
Babil, do you carry forward your characters? Do you carry forward your characters, or do you say you stay in your character for long? Say for example, your character in Qala, I really loved it. I love the entire film for that matter on Netflix, and it was very good. But were you surrounded by those thoughts of that character sometimes that it was difficult or not difficult? Maybe sometimes a bit not that easy for you to get out of it.
With every character, it's a different journey, it's a different experience, and only after you finish shooting the film do you realize if the character is, being persistent to leave you. But with Sid, I felt like, yeah, it took me, even after we stopped shooting, it took me, I think, I didn't realize when I started overthinking, when I started becoming very conscious of my decisions. Because me as a person is very free flowing, right? And I am a very life trusting person. Like, so I didn't realize, but it took me, I think, 20 to 25 days for Sid. Other characters I'm not going to talk about, but for Sid, it took me, I think, 25 days to subconsciously register how much impact that had made on me. And how these little subconscious things I was doing. Yeah, every character stays with you. A
Do
part of
you
it.
like Babil? What I have observed about you was more, how I got to know more about you was not for your work in the beginning, but more for your social media posts and the way you would express yourself, the long thoughts you write, the messages you write, the way you defend yourself when people are trying to get, nitpick issues and all. Do you feel that it's a good thing that, just to doubt your thoughts rather than you just letting it store in the head?
Yeah, that is the purpose of art. No, I mean, not just me writing something on social media, it's just for any individual on this planet. Your art is the journey you've lived, and when you find a medium of expression to express that journey, then that's art as catharsis for you. Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely agree with that point that you just made.
But do you sometimes also get too hooked onto certain comments, certain, personal observances, or say some snide remarks that it catches for you? Does that happen?
Yeah, yeah, I get. I mean, of course, कभी you don't realize जब आप देखते हो celebrities को और you feel like you don't realize how difficult it is emotionally to sustain the barrage of opinions on you. That is a very emotionally difficult journey because no matter how tough people act, they are all looking for love. And that's the truth. So when you get hate, it's really hurtful. So yeah, of course I get affected. Of course, and I won't lie. Of course I get affected, and it hurts, and you doubt yourself, and then you look for validation. But that's the journey.
But are you liking the current culture where we can express ourselves, just, not even think twice that we'll get judged, on a certain thought or on a certain expression, on, just being what we are? At one point of time, people, actors especially, used to get judged with every move they would make. But right now, that judgmental factor has come down a lot. Like, many times how they wear, how they dress up, how they speak, what they do, they would be constantly under radar. But right now, we are more in acceptance of what they want to bring to the society.
इसके लिए मैं आपको लंबा आंसर नहीं दूंगा मुझे बस लगता है कि द बिगेस्ट setback of this is there are benefits, there are pros cons, but मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि आप जब आपका सेल्फ वर्थ दूसरों के वैलिडेशन से आता है और आपके खुद के वैलिडेशन से नहीं आता, वो डेंजरस बन जाता है। और सोशल मीडिया की एक ये नेगेटिव बात है कि एक बार आप उसके ट्रैप में फंस गए तो आप वैलिडेशन दूसरों से लेने की आपको आदत पड़ जाती है और आप अपना सेल्फ वर्थ फिर you when you tell yourself you're good enough, it's not enough. You need someone else to tell you, and that becomes a little dangerous and mentally challenging for people.
I want to ask this question to the producer. What was your thought of casting Babil for this role? Friday Night Plan, what did you think? And plus, to play, he's playing a student, and that's also like something very different. Hatke, which with what he's done in the past, in terms of his work, serious काम किया थोड़ा, and students suddenly बन जाना, वो कैसे था? आपने इनको किस वजह से यानी कास्ट किया है?
तो शुरुआत तो तब हुई तब जब हमने कास्टिंग डायरेक्टर्स से स्क्रिप्ट डिस्कस किया एंड ऑफ कोर्स हमने बहुत बाबिल के बारे में सुना था, वो कुछ फिल्में कर रहे थे तब। तो फिर हमने एक मीटिंग के लिए उन्हें बुलाया और वत्सल ने उनको जब कहानी सुनाई, जब हम तीन एक रूम में बैठे थे और उनके मैनरिज्म्स और जिस हिसाब से वो रिएक्ट कर रहे थे, देख के हमें इमीडिएट, मुझे तो बिल्कुल तभी लगा कि हमें हमारा सिड मिल चुका है। एंड देन ऑफ कोर्स वत्सल did one more reading with him and he was absolutely sure. So he was the first person we went to, and glad that he liked it, and it's for everybody to see now.
To both Vatsal and Kassim, do you all think Babil is super serious as an actor? I'm just asking them about their opinions on you, basically. Is he serious as an actor, or he is very like shy like or childish?
I think he's a very serious actor. He will hide his face when I say this. Look, he's not a serious person, but he's a serious actor. He likes to take things easy. He likes to have fun. He likes to uh, express himself. It doesn't hide, and I really appreciate their honesty and authenticity. It was very clear what he is, who he is, how he's coming to this. It was I've never felt like I'm working with him. It's just always hanging out. So he's a very serious actor. I've seen how hard he's worked. Definitely on this film. I know how different his role in Qala is to who he is, how difficult that must have been, I can imagine. So, he'll say, यार मैं थोड़ी बहुत acting कर लेता हूँ. वो actor है. मेहनत की है उसने और hopefully इस film में दिखेगी.
Over to you.
Babil is a completely easy-go-lucky, fun-loving person, but the moment the camera turns on, he's an actor, and I don't think any other profession besides being a footballer would have worked for him.
True. Could have been.
Yeah, but he's a serious actor. If you ask about how is he as an actor, definitely a serious actor, but at the same time a fun-loving guy.
Well, that's nice to hear. And before I let all of, as I can see, like Babil is like, "Abhi kya puchegi ye?" So before I let all of you go, I know about your upcoming projects, what you're working on apart from the Friday Nights plan.
You're asking the Excel gurus?
To all the gurus and to you as well.
I'm just praying and hoping that this first one comes out nicely and everyone appreciates it the way, with the love and dedication we made it. Of course, there are ideas that we are hoping to bring to fruition in the future, but I think it's too early to talk about any of them. But this has been a great collaboration for me with everyone, with Kassim, of course, but also with Irrfan and XL, the team at Netflix, everyone who supported me on this journey, and hopefully I'll be able to do another one soon.
Honestly,
Please go ahead.
honestly, whether I'm working on something else, whether I'm not, it doesn't matter. What matters right now is Friday Night Plan, and that's all that matters for me right now. So I'm not even thinking about what else I'm doing, because right now I'm doing Friday Night Plan. So this is also work. I'm working for the film, right?
Kassim, what
Yeah, at Excel we're doing a whole lot of stuff. तो अगर उस बारे में बात करना है तो I think we'll have to do one more interview. But lots of work happening, lots of stuff that's ready, that's going to go out, and Vatsal is already discussing ideas for his next film. So we're looking forward to a next one with him, hopefully soon.
Well, it's lovely to have all of you on board.